Hi people! Today I want to talk about the specialized Turbo Kenevo Expert bike. How do a bottle cage and a dual crown fork fit together? Specialized have completely overhauled the Turbo Kenevo Expert, equipping it with the same motor and battery as the current Levo in an attempt to unite opposites. The Turbo Kenevo looks like a thoroughbred downhill bike purpose-built for bike parks and the wildest tracks. But looks can sometimes be deceptive. The specialized Turbo Kenevo Expert isn't the only bike in the test field with 180mm travel at the front and rear, but nonetheless, it immediately stands out from the crowd. The Kenevo is the only bike in the test field to rely on a RockShox Bow XXER dual crown fork, which you'll usually only find on proper downhill bikes. The suspension is completed by a RockShox Super Deluxe coil shock. However, as we don't categorize bikes based on their travel, so we won't do it based on looks either. The aluminium frame features the same asymmetric brace at the shock as well as specialized proprietary Turbo Connect unit housed in the top tube. You also get specialized 2.1 motor which puts out up to 90 Nm torque and is fed by an internal 700 Wh battery. Granted, with the Bow XXER the Kenevo looks more like an all-out downhill bike. But after some time on the bike, you quickly get used to the 180mm travel dual crown fork. Thanks to the TCU in the top tube, the Kenevo offers all the functions you need without having to use the remote on the handlebar. However, the remote is so compact and ergonomic that it never bothered us on the Kenevo. The ridges of the chainstay protector silences the drivetrain just as effectively on the Kenevo as it does on the Levo. The Kenevo is the fastest and most capable descender in the test field. The braking power of the SRAM Code R brakes without the swing link lever just can't keep up. Specialized have realized that EMTBs can no longer be categorized in size according to the length of their seat tubes. Instead, the short seat tube of the Kenevo and the long dropper posts allow you to choose the frame size according to the desired length of the top tube. Despite its bulky appearance, the Kenevo Expert gets up even the most technical climbs. With its super steep seat tube angle, the rider is positioned centrally between the wheels and in combination with the long front triangle the front wheel is kept sufficiently weighted. The specialized 2.1 is based on the Bros motor system, but compared to other bikes, despite losing its natural ride feel, this powerful support mode remains bit better to control even on technical climbs. The Kenevo does less well on technical climbs that have to be ridden slowly. The 11-speed SRAM GX drivetrain simply doesn't have a big enough gear range to get up slow, high-cadence climbs. No matter how rough the terrain, it remains composed, planted and super precise. Whichever line you attempt to ride, with the Kenevo you'll be able to. Despite the long travel, the suspension remains well-defined and always provides the rider with enough feedback from the trail. The steeper and the faster the trail gets, the more fun you'll have on the Kenevo. As composed as the Kenevo is, it requires a lot of rider input to move it around at slower speeds. The specialized Turbo Kenevo Expert is much more than just a downhill bike with a motor. Even if it excels in rough terrain at high speeds and hitting jumps in the bike park, it will also get you back to the top of the trail with ease. The large battery, the excellent system integration and numerous details round out the Kenevo package.